Some of you guys may have porn addiction. Some of you guys may be masturbating. Some of you guys may be having sex with men just for a sense of validation, or because of boredness, or because of whatever that may be. You need a feeling. You need to feel good, right? Some of you guys may be going out more, drinking alcohol, smoking weed. The list goes on for whatever activities that you're engaging yourself in each and every day to escape and avoid yourself. Hey lover girl, welcome back to another video today. In today's video, I want to talk about this fight this fight that you have between your old self and then your new self spiritually, right? We tend to find ourselves in this resistance, being resistant to what we desire and want, and very imprisoned, right? Very chained up, locked in with our old self. So it's hard for us to make the jump. The reason why it's hard, because your old self is so used to validation from the wrong things. Validation of men who are toxic, validation from men who's showing you attention, love bombing you, but don't really have your best interests at heart. Validation from friends who probably don't have the best interest for you, but you keep them around because of your sense of fear of being lonely, your sense of fear of not having anyone, your sense of fear of being by yourself, right? That you tend to attach yourself to people and things that no longer serve you, but due to you having that unknown of what it will life be like, or how would I feel if I actually let go of people and things that don't serve me, how would that be? Since I don't know how that's going to be, I won't make the jump. I had a conversation with my client today, and I thought this was a very important topic to talk about, because that is the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing when it comes down to emotional trauma. Emotional trauma will have us in a chokehold to where we are looking, deeply looking. When I say look, I mean looking for validation, looking for reassurance, looking for a sense of existence, right? Tell me why I should belong. When we're seeking that, it leads us to short-term gratification, a little bit of dopamine, right? Things that make you feel good temporarily, but it doesn't last. That's the part, right? I asked her, how do you jump from your old self to your new self? How do you finally cut the cord of doing habits and activities and attaching yourself to people and things that no longer serve you? Well, you have to let go what you already know. So if you have an old house, this whole house has roaches, bed bug infestation. This old house has been giving you shelter, but you haven't had the best living environment. This old house represents the people that you've been attaching yourself to. This old house represents the things, the memories, the negative feelings, the negative thoughts that you've been attaching yourself to. That's what this old house represents. But you know this old house doesn't serve you. You know it's going to be burning down soon, but it gives you a place to put your head at night. So how do you get out of that house, right? Well, first you gotta create and design a new house. That's your future self. You know what you want. You want to feel happy. You want to feel a sense of confidence within and security within without you needing constant validation and reassurance from someone else. In order to do that, you have to create and design the new house, the new self, right? This was the kicker here. Well, how do we design the new house if we don't have the new house up and running? We don't know. It's unknown for us. We don't know how it feels to validate ourselves. We don't know how it feels to be alone, to be happy being alone. We don't know how to receive validation within without needing it coming from someone else. Yeah, we don't. You're right. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna stay in that old house getting bed bugs infestation, roaches crawling on everything, it's burning down. You're gonna be living in a burning home just because you're getting short-term gratification and validation that lasts you for temporary feels, knowing that at night you're going home lonely, knowing that you're constantly engaging in unhealthy and risky behaviors and activities, knowing that you're feeling sad and lonely and depressed. Right? You're gonna stick with that? Or you're gonna go into your new home knowing that you ain't got no furniture, knowing that it ain't fully built, but at least you got the infrastructure, right? What do you prefer? Being in a new home within yourself, right? A better living environment, knowing that you're alone, but you feel safe, you feel happy, you feel confident, you feel good. Right? And that's why we will constantly be in this back and forth of reverting and regressing back to old behaviors and habits within ourselves, because we don't know what that new self looks like. We don't know the unknown. We don't know the unseen, so we push it away because it's unknown. But no, that's where you have to run towards it. That's where you have to walk towards it. Why do you have such high pain tolerance? Right? You have to have a lot of high pain tolerance to constantly tell yourself and normalize and justify that this is the only way for you to feel a sense of existence and validation is by holding on to people and things that no longer serve you. And on top of all of that, it doesn't even start with them. You're ignoring or have not really identified what was the root cause of you needing validation anyway. It has to start with your parents. You having this fear of disappointment, you having this fear of not being successful, you just having this fear of just disappointing your family, your loved ones. It started with them not validating you, them not making you feel emotionally secure. And you never addressed it, so you go outside the world looking and seeking that from other people, seeking that from things and people outside of yourself, because you know no other way. But I ask yourself, is it working for you? Is it working for you? Is it helping you? Jump. Make the jump. Create that new house. Even though it's unknown, even though it's the unseen. I mean, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose when you're betting on yourself. Yes, it's a risk. Anything's a risk. Anything's a risk. You've been risking your life this whole entire time dealing with people and things that don't even serve you. That's a really risk. Sleeping with the enemy is a risk. Hanging out with people who's probably wishing death upon you is a risk, but you hanging out because you need validation. We have to get our priorities straight. Being alone is the way. Being alone, doing it alone, validate yourself on your own is the way. All right? What has helped me make that official jump of creating that new home for myself, which I have been living in by myself, because I look back on my path and I look back on my history of just what has led me up to that moment, and I'm just not happy, and I just don't want to live like this anymore. I just don't want to feel these things anymore. I just want to finally be at a place that I'm okay, validating myself. I'm okay being alone. I'm okay without needing to go out just to be seen or have attention. I'm okay without having to text someone every minute that I do a new project or a new goal just to hear that it's good and that you should do it. Me just hearing validation, right? I'm okay. I'm validating myself. My ancestors validating me. My spirit is validating me. I know you know within your gut what you need to do, but you choose to avoid it. You choose to ignore it. Design your house, girl. Design your future person today. Do it today. Start today by stepping in the path of liberation, stepping in the path of isolation, stepping in the path of connecting with yourself. And what you would do is to reaffirm and amplify that plan is by creating coping skills and activities to not let you regress back. For instance, the first 1 through 9 should be very positive, productive, and healthy things to pour into yourself. When you're feeling bored, when you're feeling lonely, when you need attention, when you need validation, you need to do ABC 1 through 9. Okay? Going outside, journaling, doing your check-ins with yourself, reaffirming yourself, right? Working out, listening to a YouTube or audio that brings in positivity. Sleep. Somebody sleep. Take a shower. Go clean up that bathroom. Let's list that, right? List about 1 or 9 things that you can do before you text him back, before you spin a block, before you think of who you should lay up with. All right? So do that, okay? Hopefully this was helpful, but the main goal here, you guys, is that you gotta stop running away from yourself. I said it in the other video. You cannot run away from yourself. In order to believe in this new identity and this new being, you have to literally design it and create it and have a plan of actions to do to sustain it. You can't just walk into a new path and thinking that everything is just going to be built by itself. You got to create activities and exercises and thoughts and feelings that's going to help you form that house, that new person within you. All right. Below, I will have a link to an emotional workbook. I will also have a link to my Lover Girls Facebook group for you guys to join. I also have a workshop coming up on July 7th, an emotional level, Becoming That Girl emotional workshop. I have that coming up as well. For all other links to stay connected with me, please connect with me. Please comment below what your struggles is or any feedback that you have regarding today's video. I would love to know, what are your fears? What are the things that's holding you back, or what has worked or what is working? All right, until next video, to my lover girl, please on loving. Please keep on loving. You deserve it. Talk to you soon. Bye.